Hey guys, Latoya here. Welcome to my crafty space. I have not been in this space in a long time. Last intense project that I worked on was making 80 wedding invitations. Very time consuming, taxing, stress inducing, but very rewarding. That was great. Anyhow, things are going great over here. Still working 2 jobs, still have 2 cats, have a husband. Oh my goodness, things are super swell, but I'm busy. All right, I'll do an update later. So as you can tell, my crafty area is just, it's so nice and inspiring, and I just love all of the colors. I really love sitting here. It just makes me really happy. So I sat down and I was like, okay, I need to work on a project. I ended up going online and I started looking for different craft challenges just to help give me prompts to take out stamps and play. I really want to start working through the stamps that I own because I barely touch like 85 to 90% of the stamps I do have. By the way, if you don't know, if you're new to my channel, I love stamps. I have a lot of them, but I've already destashed and I've gone through, and everything that I have I absolutely love. I made dinner and my husband's crunching. You might have heard that just now. Anyhow, so I have a lot of stamps because I don't have background paper. I make my own backgrounds, and stamps, it just helps me to recreate the same things that I love, and I don't have to worry about having that feeling of I don't own something and I feel like I'm missing out or I'm missing something when it's gone. I have like, separation anxiety. I'm joking, but I do have like a problem with parting with things. So this is a way that I eliminate that in my craft hobby, and I don't, spend and then hoard. Okay, now like I said, I went online, found some challenges, or maybe I didn't say it. I really don't want to record this video more than once, even though I have like 5 times. Anyhow, so I went online, I found a craft challenge. One was by Lawn Fawn. This challenge was to make a card using Christmas critters. And one thing I'm also trying not to do is compare my work to others. So after looking at the challenge, I immediately just shut off Pinterest, everything. And I'm like, okay, what kind of card am I gonna make? So I went through my craft stash. And I took out these stamp sets here. I took out more than this, but this is what I narrowed my stamps down to after I realized what stamp I wanted to use as my focal point. So this here is my focal point. This is the Lawn Fawn Rub-A-Dub-Dub set. Now, I own a lot of Lawn Fawn because I absolutely love the way the images are drawn. Illustration is just great. I love how large the images are, or as some would say, they're not too large. They're like the perfect size for creating a background, but they also give you space to color and practice coloring. Despite my Copic collection, I'm not a great Copic colorer. I am learning and teaching myself, quote unquote, every day. But I really tried to stretch my creativity and work on my coloring every time I stamp and decide to take on a project where I have to color. So I wanted this to be my focal point. These were unstamped when I first pulled out this set, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to make a duck family Christmas scene. I don't recall seeing these ducks in any type of Christmas environment. And I know, I just see lots of cards with ducks in the wild. And again, it's not like I scoured Pinterest. I pretty much was like, okay, this is what I'm going to use. And then I stopped because I don't want to get into the comparison trap. It's easy for me to personally do. Why isn't my coloring as good as someone else's? Oh, why didn't I think to do this or that, et cetera, et cetera. I just wanted to enjoy my time and my space with the products that I do have without longing for something else. And honestly, like shopping my own stash, I got lost when I was making this project. I really got lost in creating, and it was really fun. So after I wrote down what stamp I wanted to use, I was looking for the AKA backup dancers, the supporting stamps that was going to help me create the scene, and I decided on these. So I guess I should show you guys the card, right? So here is my card. Isn't this swell? I'm so cheesy. I am super cheesy. Okay, so a lot is going on here. Or I don't know, maybe you think this is simple, but to me, like I see it and I think, oh, that's simple. But at the same time, there was a level of like complexity to get to this end result. So I'm just going to break it down and show you what stamps I used. If you guys would like to see me work on this, besides this little snippet I'm going to insert, then go ahead and ask me and I will remake this card and show you guys. Okay, so first thing I did was, like I said, stamped out the ducks. And if you guys don't believe me, here are some of the images, apart from the snippet I just inserted. These over here are some of the pieces that are left over. And word to whoever hasn't been in their crafty space for a while, I don't have dies for this set. I have a brother scan and cut, and it's fantastic, you know, when I check it like I should. And this is why maintenance on your goods and such should occur. And you should check things if you haven't been in your space for a while, because I did not check to see if my blade was positioned correctly. And I just thought it was. Okay, sorry, that was bothering me. And I just thought it was, and that was not the case. I went to go ahead and run my colored images through my scan and cut, and they looked swell, and this was my end result. And you guys, I did scream and have a heart attack because I spent time coloring these ducks. I was like, I spent time, and you know, I was hesitant and kind of paralyzed with coloring because I had to match up different colors for, you know, different things here. Like there's 3 different blues going on. Y'all, actually 4. When am I going to use 4 different blues in one card? I know, it was like, it's a thing, right? So anyhow, make sure you check your scan and cut. I had to go ahead and realign my blade, and then everything worked out swell, as you can see. But woo-wee, I was not happy when that first happened. So as demonstrated here, I scan my images more than once so I can practice coloring. And I will go ahead and tell you guys, I did make another card with these stamps, so stay tuned for another video if you want to see my ducks in a different color, because I'm super thrilled with how I challenged myself. And that's another thing I decided, is that when I decide on a focal stamp, I'm going to make 2 cards with it instead of 1, like 2 completely different cards, because, you know, we spend money on our stashes. How often does the stamp set actually get some love before we move on to the next thing? Okay, anyhow, we went over this. This set here, this is the Deck the Halls, and it's just so cute. I love the font here on these sentiments, and these images here are really cute. But I went ahead and used this Deck the Halls, and I actually heat embossed. If you can see, I did some white embossing powder on black, and I just loved how that looked. And I decided to go ahead and make this layer here black. Not really to bring this in because this was black beforehand, but it just ended up working, and I'm very happy. I took out the Merry Mice set. This is also another stunner, really cute, small, but mighty set. I love Lawn Fawn. I love so many different stamp companies, but Lawn Fawn, like, I have a lot of their stamps because the work is just beautiful and it's just fun and it just makes me happy. Anyhow, Merry Mice, I took this stool. That's what I put the little duck here on. He looks like he just stuck an ornament on, and he's trying not to fall into the tree. This is the Joy to All set, and this was my first time coloring ornaments. That was interesting. I colored probably 20, but I am happy with the end result. Again, I practiced my Copic coloring. I practiced making color combos, and I had fun, if you guys can't tell by me laughing and such. And this tree, that's where that is from. That's my first time using that. This star is also from there, and then this adorable candy cane. Such a cute set. I love, love, love this set. This is the Perfectly Wicked set. I was just hankering for a shelf, and when I saw this set, I was just thrilled. So I'd be lying if I said this wasn't one of the main reasons why I purchased this. The other images are pretty stellar also, but I'm really happy for this shelf. And I know we're our own worst critics as crafters. I'm thinking my shelf is a little too high, but I also can think, hey, you know, Mama Duck wanted to make sure the babies didn't get to their stockings before Christmas. I'd have put it down a little lower, but I didn't want to interfere with the tree because I worked so hard on it. But now I'm thinking I would have this down just a tad, probably like to here, and maybe pop the tree up a little bit so I would have more dimension and I wouldn't be like having just 2 items resting on one another. Here is the Holiday Helpers. The box came from this set, and this little snowflake here. The little snowflake I used all over my blue piece of cardstock to just create a background with interest, but I did it in blue ink so that it was just subtle, so that the focal point here still stands out. And I had thoughts of using this large box, but I thought the top made like a box in itself and that it was perfect. So this little guy's just pulling a candy cane from the little box, and you know, that made me happy. This is the Trim the Tree set. Again, so cute. And this is an oldie. As you can tell, there's an updated set. This is the newest one. But again, this is my forever stash. I'm going to pull things that I have because I love these things. And this gingerbread man, I took the Din Sweet Din frame from the Din Sweet Din stamp set. I actually masked this off, as you can tell. The Din Sweet Din, I removed that, just left the frame, and then I shoved this gingerbread man right in there. And you can see the head almost clears the frame. So then I just took a marker and kind of outlined it just a little bit. It doesn't look bad, so, you know, we'll just keep that a secret. And around the gingerbread man, I decided to just put a little snow and color the background blue. So as you can see, I decided to make all of the accessories blue because these are ducks, ha ha ha. And, you know, since they're not out by a pond or by water, I wanted to just kind of bring that into the card. So that's why this wallpaper here is blue and this is ink blended. So for this background, I just took a piece of blue cardstock. All of my cardstock is Stampin' Up. If you're Team Lawn Fawn, they have cardstock. And my ink is this Balmy Blue by Stampin' Up. The other ink I have is the Vintage Photo Distress Oxide ink by Tim Holtz. I just have these two inks because, again, this hobby is my own and I don't have money to just have various things by different companies. But Lawn Fawn's great, but I love these. So I decided to just ink blend a background because, one, I'm not that good at backgrounds. Two, it gives the card some interest. So this blue piece here was just ink blended, and this rug or carpeting was just ink blended also. And I took a small strip of white paper with a black marker and just made this border here to just separate the two parts. I hope you all enjoyed seeing my card and hearing a little bit about my process. Again, if you want to see a video, no problem, just ask. And I hope you guys do something crafty that makes your heart happy. Make sure you do something with your stamps, play with your goodies, just bring everything out. And like I did, I hope you get lost in your project. I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, bye.